Wellity. Welcome to episode 2 of Beyond the Lens, where we talk to actors who do more than just act. And on today's episode, we've got Tabatha Visutskie. And she does more than just act, so to speak. She's worked with music producers, but she's also directed and even written and made a couple of films of her own. So without further ado, let's get into those questions. So you make films other than just acting. You do directing and producing. And why did you take up filmmaking?
Well, first of all, as an actor, I don't want to wait around. I don't want
Nobody does.
Exactly. So I don't wait for the job to come to me. I do the job. So how do I do that? Making films. And also creating with other people and working on their projects.
And what kind of scripts and stories do you write?
Okay, so most of it is drama. The biggest one that I'm working on is called 5 Wounds, and that's based on a true life story, my life. And I made it as a short, but this is what I really want to produce as a full-length feature. And I write on, right now, Rock and Roll Scene, Read Between the Music. It's a web series. Yes.
Let's talk about acting. What are your favorite kind of roles to play?
Well, I like the challenging roles, where characters that scare me. Characters that scare my inner being, and that I become that person and that character, and to explore within it and take chances, take opportunities. And also I like comedy. Comedy is really hard. It seems easy, but it's not. Obviously, it's the timing. It's the timing, right? So I enjoy roles like that, and true life again too.
Very interesting. Now, you also have worked as a producer. What kind of films did you produce? Could you list some of those?
Okay, so my first film that I produced was a comedy, and it was in 2009. And so I decided I wanted to do more, started creating with others, and produced a horror, 2 thrillers, and true life, and now working on the web series. So yeah. Yeah.
Now, I understand you're producing and working on 5 to beginning. You're filmmaking it as well. Why did you choose to do the producing along with the filmmaking?
Well, first of all, it is on my life. It's actually 5 to beginning short film. It's already been at the film festivals. It became semi-finalist and finalist 5 times. Approached by distribution, and now it's going to streaming platforms. So that's good. But this is a calling card. Again, for my film 5 Wounds, which is based, on abuse, addiction, etc. And it's something that I want to bring forth, and it's a supernatural feel. With 5 at the beginning, I decided, because I wanted to do it right. I wanted to know how to do it, filmmaking, producing, and it's not an easy task. So it's like this. It's not an easy task. But if you want to produce in other things, you have to get your hands dirty. You have to do it.
And are there any other projects that you are currently working on now?
Yes, the web series Read Between the Music, and I'm also writing other scripts.
Given your many types of films, why did you choose to make them?
Again, it's about, I've always been interested in filmmaking. I mean, I wanted to go to school. It's very costly, so what I did is I started to be an intern with filmmakers and learning that craft. And I can act, I can write, and I can do filmmaking. How cool is that?
So you've been a film festival judge at about 2 different film festivals, I believe, Stairway International Film Festival and Warsaw Independent Film Festival. Now, how was the experience with those? Did you learn anything from being a judge?
Oh, yes. You have a certain amount of time, and you have maybe about 100 to 150 films to view, to also to judge, etc. Then you have screenplays, you have animation, you have music videos, etc. And the art of filmmaking, to learning how did they do it, like cinematography, story-wise, lighting, sound, actors, you name it. Like I've always said, the story begins it, the script begins it, and the editing ends it. So that was good to know, and it was an opportunity to do this and to learn and grow through this.
Okay. So you've worked as a single scene contributor for a scriptwriter by the name of Brian McDonald, yes? What was that experience like, working with him?
Yeah, the film Victorious, I think Victorious it would be pronounced. It was great. I first acted as a lead in his film The House. That was a challenging role, and I loved it. So he saw from what I was putting out as an actor, and he knew I was a writer. He brought me on, and so it was like, in truth, okay, I have dyslexia, and sometimes I work with editors as a scriptwriter. However, it's like structure. I have to make sure it's done properly. So it was a challenge to do this. However, it was. I learned so much from Brian. I mean, he's a great director, and the film went on to be the best film in the independent film market. So that was really good. And I mean, how cool is that?
How did you feel when you heard such great news?
Well, I was so excited, and I said, "Is this for real?" You know. And I went to the screening. I couldn't attend it at the theater, but seeing it and seeing exactly what I wrote on that part of the script, and knowing the script, it was so good to see your work on the live screen, and as a scriptwriter, not as an actor, as a scriptwriter. So it was a beautiful thing. Yeah.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you very much for agreeing to this, and
Thank you.
folks, we will see you on the very next episode. Ciao, ciao.